Welcome to Wired In. I'm Diana Gulotta, Executive Director of Public Relations and Marketing for Hampton City Schools. Today, I'm very excited to be joined by Beth Mair. Beth Mair is the Coordinator of Athletics and Driver's Education for our division, but today we're going to talk a little bit about athletics and activities, so welcome.
Thank you very much. It's so nice to be here. I appreciate it.
No problem. We're glad to have you here. So let's first talk a little bit about you, just to get to know you a little bit better.
Okay.
So tell us about the career path that you took that has led you into your current role with Hampton City Schools.
Okay. Well, I've always been big in sports. When I was growing up in Illinois, my brother and I would hit the ball fields every day, either the ice hockey rink or the baseball field. And so as I grew up, I became pretty good at softball, and I was able to get a scholarship to Western Illinois University. And I played softball there for 4 years and then transferred to Virginia. There, when I got to Virginia, I was lucky enough to get a job in Hampton City Schools the day before it started. I was at Booker Elementary School and Cary Elementary School as an itinerant PE teacher. So I spent 20 years teaching elementary PE, almost 23, and then I went over to Phoebus High School and became a PE teacher at the high school level. And while I was there, Bill D. and Myra Chambers said, you know what, why don't you try athletic directing? So I was kind of a co-athletic director with Bill D., and I loved it. I fell in love with it completely. Well, getting an athletic director's job is pretty hard to do, because they usually stay around for a while. They love their job so much. So there was an opening in Suffolk, Virginia at Kings Fork High School, and I applied for that and I was lucky enough to get that. And I spent two to 3 years over there as the athletic director. And what was really good about that was that it was beginning school. It was just brand new built, so I got in there and I just took it from the bottom up. So that was a lot of fun. It was a great experience for me. So then when my father passed, I then moved to Williamsburg to be closer to my mom to help out. And I was lucky enough then, War Hill High School was opening up. And so they hired me to go in there and to begin the War Hill High School, and I did that. And I was there for about 6 months. And I saw a thing in the newspaper that said Hampton City Schools wanted a coordinator, or actually it was a teacher specialist. And to me, there is no system like Hampton City Schools. And as soon as I saw the opening and I knew that it would be more of a step up, I jumped on it, and I'm just so happy that they hired me.
So you came home?
I did. There is nothing like Hampton. I mean, from my Booker Elementary days and laughing and having a great time in the faculty lounge all the way to Phoebus High School coaching softball, Hampton High School, I was also a softball coach. It's just a wonderful group of kids and people that work here, I think. So yeah.
Well, we're glad you came back.
Thank you.
So a big part of your job is overseeing athletics, and one thing I've been impressed with is the variety of activities and athletics offered for our students. So talk a little bit about what kinds of programs are offered for our students in Hampton City Schools.
Sure. We have probably close to 26 varsity athletic teams. We have fall, winter, and spring sports. Fall we have, and I don't know if you want me to list all of them, but we have football, we have field hockey, we have volleyball for both girls and boys, we have cross country, we have cheerleading, and I'm going to forget one or two. And then winter we have girls and boys basketball, we have wrestling and swimming and diving, we have indoor track, and then the spring we have baseball, softball, soccer for both boys and girls. We have outdoor track and tennis.
So as a student, you can find a program to meet your needs. It sounds like we just have a wide variety. So I know, because we've called sports for so many years extracurricular, that some people think of them as extra and may not understand the importance of sports and activities in terms of that positive link to school and academics. So talk about that a little bit, and how sports have really helped students become great students and more connected to school.
It's a good question. athletics, I mean, studies have shown that athletics helps your brain functioning, it helps classroom behavior, it helps with cognitive thinking. It also helps with building your higher self-esteem. Being on an athletic team requires you to be at school. And so by being in school, your attendance is better, you can learn, you're in the classroom, you learn more. But I think the most important thing about athletics in Hampton City Schools, and this is my true belief, is that our kids, well, all kids need to feel like a sense of belonging. You know, you're a ninth grader and you walk into a high school and there's some new people there. I mean, you're throwing a whole bunch of new people into a building. Where am I going to belong? Where am I going to feel safe? And so if they belong to a group of people and they both all have the same goals and to try to achieve to be a better team, then you're going to find that once they have that sense of belonging, they're going to take it to the classroom and they're going to want to do better. They're going to attend classes. They're going to be a better leader. And it's just amazing what they say. There's a study that says that 41% of girls that are in high school sports, 41%, it increases them to graduate college by 41%. That's staggering. I mean, that is awesome. High school sports, and I would love to see middle school sports here in Hampton, and once again, it just brings so much to the student, and I think we overlook it a lot, but I'm here to push it, and we're going to get it done. We need to keep our kids active. We need to get them out there after school, learning leadership roles, learning how to work with other people, peers, and it's just a good overall thing.
Well, and the other piece of that is scholarships, college scholarships. We've had some great student athletes here in Hampton City Schools who've gone on and earned wonderful college scholarships and then played beyond college. So that piece is important too.
Oh, of course.
Because college is expensive.
Yes.
And to provide student athletes with those scholarships has been important, and our students have earned some great scholarships.
Yes, they have. We're very fortunate to have some wonderful coaches that can steer the kids in the right direction in order to apply for college. And whether it's Division I or Division III, just getting them into college and then beginning a sense of belonging at college is just, you can't beat that for someone's future.
Absolutely. And you touched on this a little bit, but another part of your job is eligibility and working with the athletic directors at the high schools around making sure that the students meet all of the requirements of eligibility. Talk a little bit about that and why that's so important, and how and the fact that that's bigger than us, that there is a statewide organization that monitors that.
Right. The Virginia High School League has their specific requirements. You have to take 5 classes this semester that you're in, and then you have to pass 5 classes the previous semester. You also, when we look at that, you also have to have, you have to go to school in your zone school. That's a big part of it, the transferring piece of it. You can only be in school, once you start your eligibility in 9th grade, you get 4 years. Now, whether you decide to play in 9th grade, that's up to you. But when you walk in that door, you have 4 years beginning then. Along with the Virginia High School League, there are, well, let me go back to Virginia High School. If we would happen to put a child on a roster and they were ineligible, our teams would forfeit the games that that child played in. So if the child was sitting on the bench and he didn't get into the game, we wouldn't forfeit that. But if the child just plays 1 minute of the game and we find him ineligible, maybe because the transfer wasn't done correctly, maybe he only has 4 classes instead of 5, maybe he only passed 4 classes last semester, we would have to pay a fine to the Virginia High School League, but we would also have to forfeit all those games. And then in Hampton City Schools, we raised the bar. You had to have a 2.0 the previous semester, so we average out the grades, and then you also cannot fail a core class. Kids have 1 chance to get a provisional waiver, which would make them okay to play that semester, but then after that, then they would have to continue having a 2.0 and not fail a core class.
So obviously there's some high stakes
when there really is.
Making sure that the eligibility is correct.
Yes.
So we're in the middle of fall right now. There's some exciting things going on with our football teams, and I'm going to ask you about our other fall sports in a minute, but let's talk about football. What's going on with Kecoughtan?
Kecoughtan has had the best start since 2002.
That's wonderful.
They're 3-0. They have a big game this Friday coming up against Hampton Crabbers. Hampton Crabbers have been into some serious games in the last 3 games. They have come from behind. They have had the lead and then lost it. They are a fighting team. So this Kecoughtan 3-0 team against the Crabbers, even though that they've lost 2, it's going to be an exciting game. Phoebus, of course, always shows up, and they do a great job. They're getting themselves together. They have some new kids on the team, and so they were trying to work out their chemistry. And Bethel, with Bubba Hooker as their coach, you can never count them out. They're always going to be someone to contend with. So it's really exciting because we don't just have one football team that's excelling. We have all 4 of them that really could surprise you.
And I know Friday night, our own television station will be airing the Kecoughtan Hampton game, and then they have some others scheduled. So hopefully people will watch to see that. So let's talk about some of the other fall sports. Anything else of note that our viewers should know about?
Well, this weekend we have the golf conferences going on for 5A, which would be Hampton High School. Volleyball is continuing to go. We're probably maybe halfway, 3/4 of the season. You'll start seeing postseason play. Cross country, that starts a little bit later in the school year, so that'll take us into more of November, early November. And golf, that begins very early, so we're almost at the very end of golf.
So how many, just ballpark, about how many of our students are involved in athletics?
Roughly 1,600 to 1,700 children. Yes.
That's phenomenal.
It is. It's a great thing to have. And like I said before, I'm going to really be pushing the middle school because we've got to get those kids out there. We've got to get them out there to be able to do something after school, get a sense of belonging. Why am I here? What can I work hard for in the classroom and then carry it over to the ball field?
Well, thank you so much. You've shared a lot of great information and done a great job. So hopefully you'll come back in the future, maybe before spring sports.
I would love to, anytime.
Well, thank you for watching Wired In. Have a great week.